Welcome back to my videos. In this video, we're ranking every single element from worst to best. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, let's right to the video, guys. Alright, so starting off in 11th place is going to be the water element. There's not really much to say about the water element. It used to do a lot of damage. It got severely nerfed. I mean, like I said, there's not really much to say about this element. It's okay. There's not really anything amazing about it. All the other elements have something like special about them besides water. Water just does a bit of damage, but the other elements honestly do more damage now that water has been nerfed. Now coming to 10th place is actually going to be, funnily enough, probably my second favorite element or third favorite element overall. It's going to be wind in 10th place. Now wind, I'm going to be honest, it's not the greatest in the world, but let me tell you, man, this element is insanely fun. It has a ton of ragdolls, it does a decent amount of damage, and it has a ton, and I mean a ton, of combo potential. Probably one of the highest combo potentials out of any of the elements, save for like the top 3. So I'm going to be honest when I say it, wind is just insanely strong. It's insanely fun to use. I do think it's a great element. It's just that even though wind is an insanely good element, it just so happens that literally every single element is pretty much insanely good besides water. So saying that wind is an insanely good element isn't really anything to go home about, just because wind itself is lower on the spectrum of the god tier elements, even though it is insanely good. Now coming in 9th place are going to be both combustion and flame. The reason why I'm ranking them in the same place is because they fulfill the same thing. Obviously combustion's better, just a better version of flame, but if you want to take this at face value, just rank flame one below combustion and you'll get about the same results. So obviously combustion and flame, they both do an insanely large amount of damage. They do have some combo extenders, but the main thing about combustion that is just so good is obviously going to be the damage output. Pretty much you get most of the damage from the final ability, which is going to be the 2 dragons. Boom boom, does a ton of damage with a really long stun attack attached to it. Really good ability overall, just not nearly as good as some of the other elements. Now coming in 8th place is going to be the second highest common element on this list. It's going to be earth. Now earth, let's be real here, it's an insanely good element. I mean, like, it has a ton of stuns, a ton of damage output, it even has an iframe attached to it. Honestly, overall, stone is like I said, it is the second best common element. Now on its own, if you're just using common elements, stone could theoretically be the best just because it has the most versatile kit out of any of them. But it's just worth mentioning that stone, even though it has the most versatile kit, it doesn't fit into every single kit very well. More so, cement just does everything stone does, but better. But stone itself, when compared to a lot of the other common elements, is insanely strong. Now coming to 7th place, which is going to be the #1 common element, is going to be shock. I'm going to be using shiver instead, since it's just kind of like a better version of shock. Shiver pretty much has all of shock's abilities, but better. So when it comes to shiver and shock, they do have a lot of stuns. Obviously, I mean, it's a lightning based element. I don't know what you guys expect, but the main ability of shiver and shock that is actually amazing, that people still use if they're not using chaos, is going to be the shiver beam. This move right here, it block breaks and stuns and sets up pretty much a ton of combos in the game. So that's the reason why you see people using it a lot. Now you do have these other moves that are there, like this move, the 6th move, and the other moves is shiver and shock, but I'm gonna be honest, the 4th move is just so insanely strong that it has to be ranked this on this list. Now coming to 6th place is going to be my second favorite element in the game. It is going to be Gale. Now you can call me biased for putting Gale in 6th place, that's fine, but I honestly think Gale is insanely strong and very underrated overall. So when it comes to Gale, obviously you have a lot of the same things as wind. You have a ton of stun attacks, you know, basic projectile stun attacks, but the main thing of Gale that I actually find insanely strong is going to be the last 2 abilities. Now obviously the 3rd ability is insanely good as well. It's just an AoE stun attack. It doesn't last as long as it used to, but it's still pretty good. Then obviously you do have this grab ability. It's pretty much just Blood's ability as Gale, so that's quite good as well. But let me show you. So you got this move, the 5th move, which is going to be a dash attack. May seem very weak, but it's pretty good for combo setting. And the 6th move is honestly going to be the main reason why Gale's going to be 6th place. Now this was actually nerfed, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the moded damage of Gale 6th combined with Gale 3rd. So I'm just going to Gale 3rd, and then I'm going to hit him with a Gale 6th. And yeah, as you guys can see, with 2 moves, I did 160,000 damage. The 6th move of Gale is an insanely high damage ability. Really good for combos and stuff like that, just for damage output. And it does actually have a stun attached to it, which does make it better. All right, so coming in 5th place is going to be acid. Now acid used to be one of the best elements in the game, but quite frankly, as of recent, acid isn't nearly as strong as it used to be. Acid still has the insanely high damage output it used to have, but the issue with acid is obviously that the nerf, the 4th move, which was just so insanely strong, it still is really good, by the way. I'll just put that out there. Acid 4th is still an insanely strong move. It's just not as strong as it used to be. It used to be a free win. Now it's just kind of a pseudo free win, if you will. So I don't think it's nearly as good of a move as it used to be. It's not really just integratable into any single kit, and acid quite frankly just isn't nearly as used as it used to be. There's not really much else to say about it. Now coming in 4th place, it could be another one of my favorite elements ever introduced into the game. It's going to be yin and yang. I'm currently using the skin called Gilga. Now this element is insanely cool to use. I mean, like, the actual moves themselves have insanely, you know, cool looking effects and things like that. The main move of Gilga that is insanely strong is the 2nd one. It's basically a very very long-lasting stun attack where if they let go of block a single time, it'll obviously stun them for a second so you can combo them. Not only that, but it actually can be useful against, auto dodges and things like that because it actually does make them, dash around and then they'll get hit, obviously. The move doesn't get canceled if you get stunned, so it'll continue hitting even if you're stunned. And it also serves as a block breaker if they do not actually have stronger blocks. So that is the main move of Chaos that is insanely good. The third move is a point and click attack. It's not really that great. Fourth move is a counter attack. It's okay. Like I said, the other moves are honestly pretty okay overall, but the main move that is just so insanely strong that I just had to put it at 4th place on this list is going to be the second one. Trust me guys when I say this move looks so unassuming, but it is freaking strong. I use it in almost every single one of my PvP kits, and it's just really, really good ability. By the way guys, what is your favorite element in Shindo Life? In the comments below, we'll be checking them out. Now this wouldn't be an element tier list without including the legendary Pyromania, one of the best elements for a long time in this game. Recently it still is one of the best, coming at 3rd place in the top 3 Pyromania, mainly for the 6th move. This 6th move, it's a block breaker, it's a high damage stun attack, very, very long range. That is the main reason why this is going to be here. Obviously it does actually have all of these combo attacks, so you can actually do these pretty fat combos with it, but the main thing about Pyromania is obviously the fact that it's just the 6th move is just so strong. All right, you guys knew this was coming. Coming in 2nd place is going to be Chaos. I'm using the skin Order. Now Chaos, first of all, this beam move here is actually, it's a lot like Pyromania's 6th move. It's the reason why people actually use Chaos instead of Pyromania, because it basically has Pyromania's move, but you can also utilize the other moves of Chaos that are extremely strong. So obviously, first move, very long range block break. It's a replacement for Pyromania in case you don't have the element slots to use it. Also, not only that, but I do think the other Chaos moves are quite great. You got the second move, which is just Rage Trail. It's a block break ability. This third move is the strongest move of Chaos. It's a stun attack. It does a lot of damage to people, and it does actually classify as an iframe, if I'm not mistaken. So extremely strong move. You also have Chaos Fourth, which is a point and click attack that does a lot of damage. You obviously do have the 6th move, which is another attack that does a lot of damage. Not nearly as much as it used to, though. And then obviously you do actually have the extended iframe move, which is the 5th one. But all in all, Chaos is going to be mainly used for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd move, all of which are going to be insanely strong moves, which 2 being block breakers, and one of them being pretty much an instantaneous stun attack that also classifies as an iframe, if I'm not mistaken. All right, boys or girls, depending on if you're watching this video, probably boys, but coming in 1st place is going to be Cement. You guys knew this was coming. First of all, it has an instantaneous combo extending stun attack on the 1st move that actually does quite a bit of damage as well. On a 60-second cooldown, it's instant, has a lot of damage, allows you to extend combos, insanely good move overall. Obviously, you do actually have a Cement counter, which actually can be a replacement for other counters that you use. Just a basic stun attack. Obviously, you do actually have the other moves of Cement, which is just going to be damage-based moves. This one's a block break, Rage Trail right here. Obviously, you do have the 5th move of Cement, which is insanely good. It's just a stun attack. Pretty much every single move of Cement is very, very strong. Like, let's be real here. But the main moves that are strong are going to be the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and maybe 4th, but mainly the 1st move. This 1st move is an instantaneous combo extending ability. It's pretty much like all the other ones. The best thing to do is actually mix Chaos, Cement, and Pyromania all together just to get the best possible things that you can. But all in all, Cement is going to be the best overall element because it is the easiest to mix into kits. Chaos comes very, very close, if not above. Like, they're very close in strength. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, post it, guys. Bye-bye.